All right, it's a lucky day today. We're here with Josh, CEO and co-founder of Makers and Finders. Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
We filmed at your Summerlin location.
Yeah,
Man, that place was gorgeous.
it's a nice
That's the
place.
second location you opened?
Second location.
Where was the first?
First one's in the Arts District,
Okay.
Main and Charleston, right off the 15. But we opened back at a time when the Arts District didn't look like it looks now. That's for sure. It was a different place.
You guys were the inspiration. Get it dialed in.
We were. I mean, we were. We hoped we were one of the early pioneers for sure. But yeah, the neighborhood's just changed a lot. Like when we were there, it was just a lot of plywoods up,
Yeah.
a lot of stores closed, and then now, I mean, you couldn't even recognize it. It's like vibrant. There's something going on at every corner.
What do you think brought it back to life?
Well, I know the city had a large part to do with it. They had a vision, they had a redevelopment plan, but
Yeah.
it really comes down to the independent operators like myself, man, the small businesses, people from all walks of life coming together in one neighborhood and
Yeah.
forming something special. And I think that's really what allowed it to bloom the way it has. And now, like I said, it's unrecognizable.
What year did you guys open?
2014.
Okay. Wow. So it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man.
Do you have that same picture or of the goat at that
I
location?
still do. I still do.
So it's at that location and the Summerlin?
Yeah.
Give us
yeah.
the story behind that, because I have goats at home, so I got a
I
kick
thought
out
you
of
told
that.
me, man.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna bring me some like goat milk today, some goat soap.
I owe you some goat
It's okay.
soap, so don't worry, you're gonna get some of
I owe
that.
you.
But
So the goat story is just more of like an urban legend, urban myth of how coffee got discovered in the modern world.
okay,
And it takes place 3,000 years ago in Ethiopia. And a goat herder, one of his goats kept disappearing, and they would come back and they would be essentially hyper, which goats are naturally hyper, you know what I mean? But
they get excited.
they get pretty crazy. But this one was, stood out from the rest. So, and it kept disappearing. So the goat herder one day decided to follow. Caldi was the goat's name,
Right.
And it wanted to see where it was going, and it followed it to these cherry trees.
Oh wow,
And it was eating these little red cherries up and gobbling it up, and it turns out that it was eating cherries from the coffee tree.
oh wow, okay.
And a lot of people don't know that coffee is actually, they come from cherries.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where, I mean, a lot of, especially the African coffee specifically, like that, they have a lot of that pulp and mucilage in the processing of drying and cleaning the bean.
Wow.
That you get some of those notes and flavors. Some, I'm sure some people have tasted very sweet, naturally sweet coffee. Like, I don't even have sugar in here. How is this happening?
It's because
That's
of
how
that.
it happens.
Love that story. So when I see that location on Instagram, it looks like it's popping over there. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean that's my busiest location.
Really?
Downtown Summerlin. That was the biggest risk. That was the biggest risk I could have taken back in 2017. I mean, we were just 2-3 years in, and staring at the face of a $10,000-$12,000 a month rent. I mean, that was pretty daunting.
Prime location on the corner. You can't miss it.
Yeah, we're right there. We're in the mix. Macy's, Grape
Yeah.
Street,
Yeah.
Earl of Sandwich. I mean, we were right in the center of it. And then now, I mean, it's close to $3 million a year property.
That's
It's
incredible.
It's a really busy location.
So tell everybody about it a little bit about. Is it a coffee shop? Is it a restaurant?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on there. I mean, the day after we filmed, I actually came back the next day and had some food there, and the steak got me excited. So I had some steak, and it was absolutely incredible. But tell everybody what it's about.
Yeah. Well, first, I think it's important to know that coffee shop, restaurant, like that, coffee shop is like more of an American, an American product, right? Where, Starbucks popularized, like, hey, you go to the counter, you order your coffee, they yell
Yeah.
out your name, right? But in most of the rest of the world,
Right.
a cafe is really just essentially a full service thing where you can have food. A server comes and greets you,
Right.
takes your order, and it's a full experience. It's a full service experience. So really true, and truthfully, we're a restaurant. We're a brunch restaurant.
Okay.
We focus on breakfast, lunch. We have an incredible specialty coffee program, but we're also recognized as a coffee shop.
Okay.
And so because of that, our business model has had to shift a bit. We do have a counter where it's essentially just, take out coffee. And during the week, I mean, when it's not too busy, you can grab your coffee and hang out and, you know, drink it there. But when it is busy, it's dine-in only. We have to seat you. It's, you know, you're sat by a host. And so it's a little bit of a hybrid, I guess, by American standards. But it's really a cafe, you know, a full-service cafe where you can come in, drink your coffee. I've never been a fan of, like, getting my name yelled out in a place with strangers. Like, I just feel like that's not my style.
It's not an experience. It's just like a rush thing.
Exactly. It just feels like, you know, we're you know, we're at a supermarket shopping for meat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to have an experience, enjoy. It's a third place to me. You know, cafes are a third place, right? You have home, you have work, and then to me, the third place is the cafe.
It's a whole vibe. And after we did our YouTube video, our videographer was there the next day editing the video. We just fell in love with the place. I mean, when I met you there, you were sipping coffee from a cool blue mug, and I was like, I thought that was custom to you. And then when I went there the next day, I saw guests eating there, and they were drinking coffee from a nice mug instead of like just a paper cup. So that was a cool vibe.
Yeah, I think you know, it's the little things.
Yeah,
you know, man. Like it's always in the details where you get to stand out. I mean, it's 2026. We have the capabilities, the technology, the information to essentially do anything we want to do. But I always tell everyone, like, you know, we all have individual fingerprints, right? And my fingerprint is like you said, the blue mug, you know, the art on the ceilings.
That art was incredible. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we work with a lot of local artists. This particular mural, you know, Sistine Chapel type of vibe, where it's all almost
like 3D.
Yeah. His name is Pretty Done. So Adams, you know, local staple in Vegas as well. He's a doodle artist, and, you know, we met in 2021, right after COVID, and, you know, that things were really different back then. And so we started with a hallway. I just love the idea, like you said, it feels three-dimensional, right?
Yeah.
I want you to feel like you're swimming in this art, or like you're immersed in this art.
Right.
So we did that in the Arts District location, in the hallways, and the entire hallway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, was wrapped in his. I mean, it just came out incredible.
Yeah.
Right? And so we just took that and said, let's do that in Summerlin. Let's really, you know, make it feel like it's integrated into the space. Like, it's not one art piece. We are in the art piece.
That's what it felt like, because when I walked in, it was my first time there, and everybody told me how awesome it was, but I've never been to any of the locations. And when I walked in there, I was like, there's so much to take in.
Yeah.
It was so cool. I mean, there was the bar where people were ordering coffee, people sitting down. Then I look outside, there's dogs outside.
Yeah.
So that's okay at that location?
At all locations. Yeah,
Really?
we're dog friendly. Yeah, we're dog friendly. And, you know, our servers and our staff are trained to make sure that when you get your water, your
I saw that they had a bowl.
Yeah, they have bowls, man. Like, and we're actually we're working on developing a whole menu just for
Really?
dogs. Yeah, I'm excited about that. We're working with a local nutrition forward dog food company called Dog and Whistle. We just did an event with them at our Henderson location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're looking to grow that as well. But I mean, it's become such a popular place for dog parents to come and just hang out.
How did that come about?
You know, it just happened naturally in a way. Like we one thing that we've always had, and that we've made it a part of our business model, are the patios at any Makers and
Every
Finders location.
Okay.
So, you know, the Main Street one has a street side patio. Downtown Summerlin has a walk side patio, and it's massive. And then Henderson has, you know, a custom built patio. And so it just started with the patio. We wanted outdoor seating.
So that's a must.
That's a must.
Okay.
All Makers and Finders locations that exist and will exist will have a patio.
Okay.
And, you know, just seeing that, you know, and I think it came down, once again, going back to the details. You know, we had this patio. We start seeing a lot of dog parents come, and we said, well, let's make sure we serve the dogs as well. You know,
Right.
I don't want them to have to ask for water. And so it started as simple as that, just providing bowls.
So
and
cool.
That little touch, man, like, you know, dogs are family to a lot of us.
Yeah.
So
That was pretty cool to see. And what are some of these events that you do? Like you mentioned for the dogs, because your Instagram's popping. I see people dancing. There's a lot going on there. Tell us about some of these events.
Yeah, I mean, look, I tell anyone who's getting into any type of retail, food and beverage, whatever it is, events are crucial.
Yeah.
You know, events are crucial. They're a lot of work. They're a lot of work, you know, to produce,
Yeah.
to stage, to staff, like, you know, and then of course it's like, will they come, you know? So, but, you know, we've been doing events since 2016.
Oh, wow.
And it's really been a way to, you know, utilize the space and give it a little bit more dimension. So yeah, we do salsa nights. First Fridays, we do a spring and fall, you know, when the weather's great. We have a 6-piece salsa band orchestra.
Oh, wow.
I mean, these guys are professionals, man. Like you feel like you're in a concert. It's
That's so cool.
It's so much fun. And I love it because, you know, how engaged the community gets, like, you know, just seeing people dancing on the sidewalks, like, you know, it kind of feels like something from a time past in a way.
That's what it felt like. Yeah. It either felt like that or I felt like I was in another country when I was there because it had like a whole different vibe to it. But when you have these events, how does it work? Are people seated like to have dinner or is it just like a club more or what's the structure?
It's a little mix again. Like, you know, we like to keep it pretty open and it's a mix. So you can dine in and grab some dinner. It's a limited menu, but we have some dinner options, full bar. That's the thing about Makers and Finders as well, is that we have alcohol at all locations.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do bottomless mimosas, cocktails, beer, and wine. So, you know, you're able, there's a little bit for everyone, you know, and believe it or not, people still drink coffee, matcha at 9, 10 p.m. So
that's so cool.
You know, there's non-alc options. And then, yeah, you can get seated or you can just come hang out and dance. And I love that part. I love that it's become a very safe place for people who like don't necessarily know how to dance salsa to just come and vibe.
Just have fun.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's music and that's the universal language.
How'd you guys master all three? Because it's like you see the coffee was incredible. You see the food and, you know, the video we're putting on YouTube, you brought out 3 amazing dishes and then the cocktails.
Yeah. I think it came down to like being extremely efficient and simplistic with like our offerings. So like it took a while to dial in, but you know, on the coffee side, we've always had, you know, our house-made syrups that people love. The coffee shop specials are the coffee shop classics like the cappuccinos, the flat whites. So that's always hit. And then we have the Latin food. When we started in 2014, half of our menu was Latin food and half was just like soups, salads, and sandwiches, right? And pretty soon on, we caught on that people wanted the Latin food. So we just really focused on these really delicious Latin dishes, these house-made specialty coffees. And with the cocktails, it took a lot of iterations, but what they're really into is like what you said, that ability to select flavors. Like you get to choose depending on your. I'm a moody eater and I'm a moody drinker. Like everyone asks me what's your favorite thing. Well, it just depends my mood. You know what I mean? So what's cool is like our margaritas. Well, you choose a flavor. You want desert pear, you want spicy, or you want classic. Our mojitos, you want blueberry, you want strawberry, or you want something spicy. So that really was our niche, like where we really started seeing, okay, you know, it's not like they're not all individual, like very specialty classic cocktails. They're more like flavors of, you know,
that go with everything else.
That go with everything else.
The whole vibe.
And it worked.
Yeah. What about those beans? Because those were cool. You had the yellow bags with the coffee beans. People can just buy the beans. Are those the beans you guys use? Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the beans we use for our espresso, for our filter coffee. And then we have additional single origins and blends that, you know, we don't sell in or we don't serve in store. We micro roast all of our coffee. Right. So we have, in Chinatown, that's our sister location as well, Take It Easy Roasters. That opened in 2020. Okay. But we've been roasting coffee since 2020, right? So there's a little coffee shop, cafe, and bakery there. But
what's the vibe of that place?
Totally different.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, and that was intentional. You know, Makers and Finders, like a lot of people are like, well, what does that mean? Like movers and shake. It's a very high energy place, and I know that. It's not for everyone. You know, you got to come in there. You got to be okay with the energy in that room, right? Take It Easy is like the type B to that, right? Okay. It's more relaxed. It's more laid back. It's not full service. It's more traditional coffee shop. And it's a place where you can just kind of kick it and be incognito for a little bit and just get your work done. But yeah, we roast all of our coffee there and we source coffee from all over the world, including a direct trade, you know, which in the world of coffee, that's very special because you kind of take out the middleman, the importer, right? And you form direct relationships with the farms. And that's what we did. we met a couple brothers out of Colombia, which is in Huila, which is South Colombia. Their company is called Cuatro Vientos, the Four Winds, right?
Nice.
And so they're essentially, they've built like a co-op in South Colombia amongst a lot of farmers.
Did you go down there?
I've been down there.
Nice.
It's incredible, man.
Really?
Truly. I mean, Colombia is one of the most, it's like second most biodiverse country in the world. It has 55 subclimates.
Wow.
I was just telling somebody a couple days ago, I've been in tropical weather there, and I've seen ice caps like within eyes view. It's a trip, man. It's such a beautiful, and hence why, coffee is.
They know how to do coffee.
Yeah, it's just the soil, the climate.
So did you try it before you green lighted it?
Yeah, I did. I tried multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like in the roasting process, there's something called profiling, right? So you it's like a tasting process, right? You take different beans, you roast them at different levels, and you see what works.
Yeah.
And your goal is to basically illuminate like the best parts and the best flavors of each bean, because inside each bean there's some flavor notes that are in there, but you have to learn the roasting process to kind of like accentuate it and make those flavors come out.
There's a lot to coffee. People thought you just go up and order.
Dude, there's even more. I mean, there's like graphs. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that people get surprised. I mean, everything from like the cherry and on. Wait, it's a cherry?
That's
starts
wild.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that. That's something new. And what do you think is your most popular dish at the restaurant?
Definitely the chilaquiles are very popular. It's like we do green salsa. It's like tortilla chips sauteed in salsa with eggs, beans, sour cream, and avocado.
Was that on that little skillet?
That was on the little skillet.
Yeah,
and of course, our hitters are the empanadas. Right?
Yeah,
We've had empanadas since 2014.
That flight looked incredible.
Yeah, it's so good. And so we mass produce them now. I mean, I have a whole conveyor belt empanada maker. It's funny, man. I order these custom molds. It's like custom stainless steel molds. Like they each cost, they're very expensive. They're $300 each.
Oh, wow.
And so what's cool is that it's, going back to the details. Like when you get our empanadas, you can get empanadas anywhere else, but when you get ours, like in the crust, what's what the filling is. It says it on the crust.
Really?
Yeah, because of that custom mold.
Can they see that on your Instagram?
Absolutely.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, and we do it all out of that Take It Easy location in Chinatown. It's connected to our warehouse, and we have like a kitchen there, and we have a coffee
So everything
roaster.
gets made there?
Everything gets made there.
That's awesome.
We also do events from there too.
Oh, really?
So we have like coffee pop-ups. I mean, I was on the phone with this woodworker this morning. I'm trying to get panels because we have a really big pop-up at the Venetian at the end of the month, and I need water pumps on panels, so I'm getting these custom panels built. But basically, we can take an espresso machine anywhere. As long as I have power, then I can go anywhere. And I've done pop-ups in deserts. I mean, I've done pop-ups in fancy houses, outside schools. I mean, we've done a lot of different things.
I need you to give me a secret today, because owning a business, I'm going 7 days a week nonstop. And how are you buying extra time? Because the stuff you're talking about, I'm like, when do you have time to do this? Run all these restaurants, do these pop-ups, do these events? Like, how do you have extra time in the day? Give me the secret.
No, definitely not. And I have an 8-year-old on top of that,
goodness.
and I'm married, so, and I have an incredible family as well. So
what's the trick? What's the trick to being a successful business
it's not as complicated or secretive as it sounds. At least where I learned to manage my time, the art of saying no. There's a lot that comes your way, and I think naturally as business people, we're hungry, we're motivated people, and we want to take up every opportunity that's out there for us. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago that, I had to really make some tough decisions. Like, am I going to spend time, am I going to look back at raising my son and feel like I missed out? Or am I going to take advantage of that and prioritize my time with him, my time with my family? And look, I don't say this like I've mastered it, but I've come a long way from, you know, days past where I was, you know, overstretched, overwhelmed, overstimulated, all the overs. And I had no time and I was unhealthy. And that's another thing, you know, saying no to certain opportunities, partnerships, you know, outings. You know, I'm not the most social person either. And I compromise, you know, being social because I want to prioritize other things like my health, my family.
Yeah.
And, so it's hard. It's really hard, but honestly, like it comes down to that for me, just being able to say no.
That's some great advice, because being a business owner, there's no 9 to 5, there's no clocking out. You're always on 7 days a week.
Yeah.
But what I realized over doing this for the last 20 some years is you got to take care of yourself before you can start taking care of anybody else.
Yeah. And as business owners, we tend to come last because we know we want everything else done, and we said we'll be okay, we're strong enough, we can handle it. And that's true, but over time that changes. You know, you get worn down, the burnout. I mean, and that's a whole nother juggling act, is, you know, because I go from rest to burnout, 0 to 100, and like I'm trying to stay closer to the middle, but I'm still learning how to master that. And you know, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot to figure out, but I think it also just starts with awareness. Like, just like you said, like, I know I have to take care of myself. That's the first step.
What's the hardest thing of owning a business?
The hardest thing, man, it's you know, essentially accepting the fact that your life isn't really dictated by you. Your life is dictated by your business, your employees, your partnerships. And so as long as you're comfortable not living for yourself,
that's crazy,
then you should be okay. But
that's wild.
People don't get, that's hard.
It is.
Parents probably get that because, you know, you live for your kid, right? But
that's a good example. I never thought about that, because I tell people, when you have kids, everything's going to change. It's not about you anymore. It's all about the kids. That's all you care about. That's all you think about. But I never thought about it. But being a business owner, that's the same thing, because now it's not about you anymore. It's about your business. But you mentioned the art of saying no, so I appreciate that. I'm going to learn that. Is that a book? If
no,
not, you should copyright that.
No, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's a book.
My team and staff aren't gonna like that, because I don't say no. I'm like yes to everything. And I think that's how we're successful as business owners, is we just act like right away, jump on things. But
and you got to be that way to certain degrees. That's what gets you that success, and that's what allows you to grow, and you know, especially like during crunch time and you know, during the storms, like, you know, you need somebody like that at the helm.
Organized chaos.
Yeah, man.
That's what I always say. And it's funny, I tell a lot of my staff, my agents, it's like, you don't have to be the best, but you have to be the most consistent.
Yes.
Because consistency is what matters. And that's why after we left, I'm like, man, the Josh guy is so special, because you had the energy. I love people with good energy. I can't be around negative people.
Same. And
just like everything in that restaurant, cafe, I mean, wherever I looked, it was dialed in. And that's cool, because I feel like so many people miss attention to detail nowadays.
Yeah, I think people obsess on the image more than the actual, you know, details and the foundation of what it's like to actually represent that image. You know what I mean? So, and that's you know, that's partially due to social media and just the time we live in. But, you know, like you said, you know, I get questions all the time, especially from younger people, like, how do you do it? I'm like, wake up and go to sleep and just eat, live, and breathe it. Like, put aside friendships, say no to going out.
Whatever it is you're doing, right?
Whatever
it doesn't have to be. Whatever you're trying to be good at.
Exactly. And make it an obsession.
It seems so simple.
It does. It is, but it's easier said than done, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret sauce, and I love meeting successful people like you and getting those answers, because a lot of times it's similar, but it's just taking that first step. But I'm super impressed with what you created. Is there another location in mind? What's next? I mean, is
Yeah.
this going to be a franchise one day, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think well, so we're I haven't signed it yet, so I can't officially say it, but
Okay.
we've got a contract on our desks right now for another location on the
Wow.
strip. Yeah,
On the
on the strip.
strip.
Yeah, on
Okay.
the strip. We're going to the strip. And then we're scouting and looking at other spots in Vegas that,
Uh-huh.
have that need for an anchor, a place, a community place, a third place like
Mm-hmm.
us. And then who knows? We'll see. I mean, we're always looking beyond Vegas. Like, we do feel like this is a special place. Ultimately, I know that we serve just coffee and
Yeah.
food, but it's not about that. It's about what happens in these places. Like,
It's a
you know,
vibe.
yeah, it's a vibe. Like, you feel different when you walk out of there.
I harassed you for the Northwest because that's where our ranch is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Northwest, Northwest, Northwest. But yeah, struck out. You're going to the
hooked me up
strip.
with the goat soap.
Oh, the goat
Then
soap's
maybe you-
coming. Don't worry. But
maybe you'll twist
but
my arm.
honestly, I drive 30 minutes to go to your place. It was so cool. And
Thank you.
and we actually went on a Saturday. And the mall I think opens at 9 or 10.
10.
10.
Yeah, 10.
We were there at 8 o'clock and your place was popping.
Yeah.
What time does it open?
8.
I'm like, there's people already there.
Yeah,
By
people
8:30,
line
the
up.
place the patio was full,
Yeah.
inside was full. Is the strip gonna have that same vibe? Or?
Not the whole. Yeah, this strip location it's more of like a smaller kind of location.
You don't need a patio, right?
I don't
'Cause
need. I won't have
people
a
aren't
patio
bringing
there.
dogs.
And I
to
won't
the
have the
strip.
full menu. I'll have empanadas. I'll have some sandwiches and some basic stuff and full coffee bar. But this is more of a micro location on the strip. But it's a long term thing. It's a 5-year deal. So we'll be there for a while.
That's awesome. So it's gonna have similar menu, coffee,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. The empanadas. What's inside? Tell them about the flight.
Yeah.
Because when you cut that thing in half, that was cool. You get to see what's inside.
Yeah, so we have 10 fillings. Short rib, garlic shrimp, chicken tinga, spicy mushroom. We have some vegan options as well. Every empanada comes with a sauce. I mean, I love sauce. Like, the pink sauce that we have in house now, that's like my personal recipe. I've been developing that since I was 12. In middle school, high school, like I would go.
So that's your recipe?
Yeah, and I'd have my friends taste it. Like, hey, dip your fries in here. Like, what? So I'm like, that's my recipe.
Does the team know how to make it, or you keep that in
No, the team.
locked up?
Certain people know how to make it.
Okay, that's
I
in the
mean, like I
safe?
said, it's anyone can make pink sauce, but I have my little.
I don't know. That was pretty good.
It is pretty good.
What's the sauce that came on the steak I had?
Oh, that's chimichurri, man.
Oh my gosh! Will you share?
I love our chimichurri.
Will you share that?
I can't, man. No.
My diet is so boring. All I can have is meat, vegetables, fruit, and nuts.
Are you
But-
pescatarian?
Nah, I just don't have wheat or dairy, and you guys have all the options there. But that sauce, I want to start using that on everything.
Dude, that's olive oil based. It's all herbs. It's parsley, cilantro, olive oil, and that's all I'm
keep
gonna tell
talking.
you.
Keep talking.
That's all I'm gonna
I'm
tell
like,
you.
keep going, because I hope my wife's listening, because I can't make that. But
Yeah,
it was, if I wasn't embarrassed, I would have ordered another steak right after that.
Well, come on Tuesday, man. They're $16 on Tuesdays.
Really?
Yeah, dine-in only. Yeah.
And
it's a good cut. It's a flat iron cut, man. Which just solid,
it was
tender.
It was delish.
Yeah, it's great.
What else comes with it on the sides?
You get roasted potatoes and scrambled eggs, or I mean, your eggs your way.
Yeah.
Eggs your way.
Yeah.
So
I think I took them over easy.
Yeah.
But that was delish. Do all the locations open at 8?
So I've got my downtown Summerlin and Henderson location doing, and Main Street, since it's closer to the strip in downtown, it opens at 7. Opens a little earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Take It Easy Roasters opens at 8 as well. That's in Chinatown.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the location that feeds them all.
Yeah, man. And that location, I mean, it's grown staff-wise from 2020. I'm up 100% on like my team size. Yeah, my team has grown significantly. That place is growing, and I don't doubt that we're gonna outgrow it here soon, especially if we keep,
That's what we want. We want you to keep growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was mad that was my first time there, just filming. I should have been there a long time ago, but at least I found it, and now I want to get it out to as many people as possible. How long have you been in Vegas?
I've been in Vegas for 25 years.
Okay.
25. 25.
Where'd you move from?
New York City. Yeah, New York City. So I'm originally from from Flushing, Queens.
Okay.
And and I'm Colombian. So I'm first generation Colombian.
Oh, are
which
you
means,
really?
Yeah, yeah. My parents are both born in Colombia, and then I was born in New York City. But yeah, it's like coming to the West Coast. That was a big culture shock.
Really?
Because the number one, the densest population of Colombians is in Queens, New York. So I was just like a commodity over there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then you move to Vegas, and it's more like Mexican and Central American. I mean, I remember looking at the population at one point when I moved here. It was like there was only like 2,000 or 3,000 Colombians living in
Now
Vegas.
you're an all-star. I like that.
I'm representing, man. I got to represent.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we were, Latin American culture is great, man. Like, every country, just like the U.S., right? Like, you're so proud of where whether you're from Cali, or New York, or Vegas. Like, you're just very proud, and Latin American culture takes that to another level. They all have their their national dishes, their accents, their way of speaking, and they all think they're better than the others. So it's a very, it's fun to, it's a friendly competition, but there's so much diversity and beauty in all the Latin American
Was that
culture.
tough going from East Coast to West Coast?
It was hard. Yeah, we drove here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took us 6 days, because we just took off, and somewhere in Pennsylvania, our moving truck broke down, and it was irreparable. So that we had to move everything to a new truck. So we literally took everything out and put it into another truck. Yeah,
that's like moving twice.
Exactly. And hey, I'm going to tell you something real quick. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So when we were moving here after that journey of like 6-day journey across the country, I still remember, going, creeping over the 15 before the Sunrise Mountains on the east side, right? Like looking, because we're coming that route. We're coming from Utah, right? So we're heading south on the 15, and I still remember the first street that I recall in my memory. I'm not making this up. Was Charleston, and that's where I ended up opening my first location.
No way.
Maine and Charleston, and I vividly recall seeing that sign because I ended up living on Charleston. That was where I arrived, was Charleston and Sloan on the east side. And it's just like it's one of those things that you just see it in your head so clearly.
That's crazy. And
then
you got a picture of the sign in the restaurant?
I don't, but
you need somebody to draw that.
Yeah, man.
And then they can ask about the goat story and your story.
Yeah.
Arrived on Charleston.
That's funny.
That's beautiful. So we help a lot of people moving from out of state. If you were to sell somebody on Vegas, how would you sell them?
This is a place where it's still affordable. You can still live out that American dream. I think that buying a home nowadays, there's so much like negative publicity against, like, oh, it's unattainable.
Yeah,
you can't do it. You need 3 jobs. There's not enough. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think it takes like some financial diligence, some drive and motivation. But Vegas is a place where you can come, whether it's buying a home, opening a business, creating a new start for yourself, in a place that's growing, that has opportunity. I mean, we're talking about a place that, we're going to have a professional MLB team soon.
Right.
NBA is right after that. We have the Raiders. I mean, this is all happening in like 10, 15 years. Imagine.
You better get here before things start popping.
Exactly. Now it's prime time. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's so many reasons to sell Vegas, and I don't care what people say about the heat. You can cool down.
It's dry heat.
Yeah, it's dry heat.
It's not humid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that, I mean, everything's obtainable. Like you said, for people buying a house, there's grant programs that can pay for that payment if they can't afford it, or different things. But it's just like being a business owner. If you make it impossible, it's going to be impossible. Yeah. But you dropped a lot of knowge today.
Yeah.
You should be a motivational speaker, too, on stage.
I have just enough energy to motivate myself. I don't know. Just kidding. No, I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, like, I do like to help my community. I've always been involved, man. Like, I'm an alum from UNLV. I'm the first college graduate in my immediate family.
That's awesome.
I mean, I still mentor. I mentor students. I've mentored students at UNLV. I'm a board chairman at a local high school called Thrive Point Academy in Nevada.
Wow.
And it specifically serves the 89107 zip code, which is
Mm-hmm.
predominantly Latino. I mean, for me, it's just, I know when I don't come from the silver platter. My dad, you know, he retired as a groundskeeper, landscaper at UNLV. My mom was, you know, admin, secretary, but, you know, we don't come from money. And I just remember before I was able to get to where I'm at now, it's just like, I always like looked and didn't see, I needed to look at people that looked like me and like, you know, that talked like me. And I needed to see them and feel like I can get to that level. You know what I mean? So I think for me, it's important to
How did you see that? Did you find somebody?
I
who
was,
a role model,
I was always looking, like I was always just, whether it was like a lawyer, just a business person walking down the street, or I'm at like a grocery store and I'm seeing someone on their phones and on their laptops, I would just look at them and just like see how they moved, how they talked. And I'm just like, I want to be that one day. And so I think it's important for people to have like a model, you know what I mean? To have someone who they can look at and be like, I think you know, in their own way, I can get that success and I can be even better than him.
That's crazy, because I always tell my agents, if there's somebody, because how I looked at it 20 some years ago when I got my license, I'm like, who's the best agent out there? I want to be like them. And for me, it's like, if they can do it, why can't I do it?
Exactly.
What's the difference?
There is no difference.
So seeing that role model, it's cool that you do that. Was it special going to UNLV since your dad worked there?
Yeah. Yeah. I used to run into him.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he was still working when I went there. Yeah, I'd pop in his little truck, well, you know, in his little work truck. We'd eat some lunch together. Sometimes he'd pick me up, because UNLV is big, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, drive me over here. I'm running late.
You
to
had
class.
the hookup?
I had the hookup, dude. And then he also took me, like, you know, when he had some OT, he's like, hey, you want to come work with me? So I was leaf blowing UNLV when I was like 13, 14 years old. I mean, Vegas is very special to me, man. Like, you know, this is home for sure. And I'm just happy to be able to, you know, be a part of the growth and have a place for people to come hang out at.
Well, you're a great role model. You're a great face for the city. That's absolutely incredible, that journey. I mean, you know, your dad's got to be super proud of you.
Yeah, they are. I'm happy to make them proud, man. And I've seen their struggle. You know, the immigrant story is
the immigrant edge. I love it. Yeah, it's the best. It's the best. Do they come to the restaurant?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
My dad's chief engineer, bro.
Really?
No, that's just it. I mean, like, he helps out. Like, you know, if there's little things here and there. He's retired, but he definitely helps out. He's very active. And then my mom is, you know, my partner. You know, she handles she's like an extraordinaire when it comes to bookkeeping.
Really?
HR, account. Oh man, I mean, like, I can't.
Accounting's got to be the worst.
It's
owning
the
a business.
One of the hardest. That's the first thing that you forget about. You know what I mean? It's hard, and she does I mean, it's just, when I look at her spreadsheets, I'm like, I can't even fathom, like, how do you create
so amazing,
that? Yeah. She has the same level of motivation and creativity that I do for restaurants.
But just in numbers.
It's crazy.
I always said, you know, like, my goal is to be successful enough for somebody to handle the accounting, because to me, that's like a nightmare. Like, give me everything else I can handle, but numbers, no thanks. So you got the family in the business.
Yeah, it's a family business. My brothers, I'm the middle child, so I got an older, younger brother. They're all invested in different locations. Yeah, man, and it's great. It's great to work with family. I know there's a lot of people that say don't start a business with your family, and there's a lot of reasons why they say that, and there's a lot of truth to why they say that. But ultimately, man, if you put, you know, that family bond first, that love and that foundation, like, how did we even get here? Well, we're family first. I think that could supersede and conquer any storm or any problem that you may have together, which there are many.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but, you know, I guess me and you are success stories. My daughter runs my social media, helps with a lot of my clients, and who can you trust more than family? My wife, you know, runs kind of a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, but it's hard because you bring that home.
Yeah.
But then again, everybody's all in.
Yeah.
We're going to win no matter what.
That's true. I love that. I like how you said that. That's true, man.
So tell us where people can find you, because before I came to visit you, I looked at your Instagram. That was so cool. If people go on there, I want them to see the video of your son walking in the door, and then you put him to washing dishes.
Yeah.
But that's a cool one. But give us the handle, give us the website, give us all the info.
Yeah,
where
you can find me. You could connect with us and stay connected with us on Instagram.
Okay.
At MakersLV. We're on X as well, at MakersLV. Our website, makerslv.com.
Okay.
And we're also on TikTok, at Makers and Finders on TikTok. And then you can also connect with me at Josh Molina LV. We also have with Take It Easy Roasters, takeiteasyroasters.com. The handle for Instagram is at Take It Easy Roasters. And I'm always at these restaurants, so if you're watching this podcast and you see me, like, please don't
come say hi.
Come say hi. Come say what's up. As long as you're not complaining to me.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
There's nothing to complain about. But if he's on a Zoom, let him be. He's a bit busy guy. But when he's off Zoom,
that's true.
Yeah, he'll say hi. But you should be a motivational speaker. You're incredible. Thanks. Your restaurants are incredible. You're an incredible human. I really appreciate your time. We'll put all the handles in the description, and it was awesome meeting you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you for what you're doing too, like shedding light on these small businesses. And these are the people, these are the makers, that are creating here in Vegas. So kudos to you, man, for doing this.
Yeah, for me, I've been doing real estate for 20 some years, and instead of just posting house videos all the time, I want to show off why Vegas is so special. And business owners like you people, like, I want them to see more of that, like how awesome your restaurant is, how awesome, the coffee is, and be honest, how awesome you are, because it starts from you and it works its way down. So I appreciate it. Thanks again.
Thank you.